Are you ready to put those YouTube results into your web page? So I know it looks kind of messy here, and this is JSON being returned within a JSON format. So when we pull it into our application, we already have that parse JSON, which will turn it into a usable object in JavaScript. We have our URL that we want to make use of. I can get rid of the key here at this point. So now we can create our URL that we want to use in order to send our API request. So I'm going to call it URL1. And I'll bring all of this in. This is very long. They usually are, especially when they have these keys. So there we go. So we've got our URL, and now let's use our reusable AJAX function. Send the parameters. And we can do that function response as well. Or this time, spice it up. We'll do data as our returning value. And then we'll just console log out data for now. And as we sift through there, we can look through it, and then we can see how we want to output it on our web page and what we want to output. So we see that we get all of that information, and it's all contained within items. So we can do something where we've got data and items, because that's what we ultimately want to look at. So let's try that again. So we get an array, and because we're requesting 10, we're getting 10 back. We don't actually need 10. Well, of course, you could customize the application, but for this time, we're only going to be using the 4. So let's loop through these and pull back the data. And we already saw how we can loop through an array. So a number of different ways to do that in JavaScript, what we used over here. So for variable x and data, and let's console log out what we've got here, what we've essentially got to work with. So copy that and x, because we know that x is the index. We saw that last time. Let me clean this up. Let's try this out. So refresh. So now it iterates through all 4, and we can better see what we want to return back. And that's the good thing and nice thing about a lot of these APIs. The data is returned back in that same format, so you don't have to worry about it that if you grab it from one, the format might be different for the next one. So we saw that in the Wikipedia because we weren't really iterating through the same values. We're iterating through different sets of values that were being returned. So that's why we had to do that there. But over here, we can get away with it that we can pull back the snippet information, and it's got thumbnails, it's got the description and the title. So perfect. This is exactly what we want to make use of within our response data. And as we're looping through it, we'll set up some variables. So do title, and then afterwards we'll figure out how we want to output that. So title is variables, title, and going down into the object. Do you know how to find title, how to get the title out of this? So open up snippet. So we know we need to connect to snippet is next. And once we open the snippet object, then we've got the title there so we've got the channel title, and then we've got the video title there. So this is just title. And also let's get the video description. So we've got the description, so that's also contained within snippet. So we're grabbing the title, the description, and then lastly, let's do thumbnail. I'll just do thumb. And this one is also within snippet, but it's within another object within snippet. So it's within snippet, and then we have to go down one more level, which is the thumbnails. And we've got one more level to go down, so it's the URL. So we've already got a value for output over here. We've already set that up so we can concatenate to it. If you were setting up a brand new variable, don't concatenate to it. Just set that up as equals. So define it first, and then you can add to it. So it always has to have a starting point there. So let's, in this case, and we'll format it after, just make sure that it's working first. So title, and next description. And I'll add another line break. So a lot of this stuff we're going to be updating and changing. This is just to make sure that we're actually pulling back some type of data and some type of content, and then we'll make use of it within our application. So there we go. So let's try this out and search for JavaScript. So what happens? So we see that we get this YouTube information. So we get some information about each video, and we get a title. So maybe we don't need the description. I'll keep it in there for now, but we're not going to actually make use of it within what we're going to build out next. So next, it's just a matter of presenting that content in a usable format for the user. So let's build out an element here with 4 different columns, and then in each column we'll put the image and we'll put the title underneath, and then we'll have clickable link, so make the image clickable to go out to view the video. So all of that is coming up, and they've already got the path there for the video, so that's a little bit of a hint. So try this out for yourself and build this out. So do something with the YouTube data that's coming in, and next is just styling the output. So that's coming up.